houses came up on their own.
Yes.
You let the private sector thrive on its own. So I started telling William Ruto, you know, I am talking to the people and we are losing it. My brother, please, let's not force things on the people of Kenya. Oh, he said, no, you don't know, you don't have to do what is right, what is popular, you do what is right. I said, I agree with you, you do what is right. But if the majority of the people who give us this job decides it's not right, you cannot insist it is right. If they are saying it's not right, the people, your employers,
because they put
the people who give you the job, if they are saying what you are saying is right, they are telling you, no, we don't want it. So I had asked him, you know, let's get some elders, let's get professionals, let's talk to people, let's listen to the people of Kenya. He could hear none of it. So these same boys are the ones who told him, if you remove this guy, within 2 weeks, he'll be forgotten. He'll go back to Amunyoro. He'll be crestfallen.
Yes.
He'll be traumatized.
Depressed.
He'll be depressed.
Because they took
this guy, nobody,
out.
yeah, without security, without choppers, without cars, without a salary, without anything. This guy, 2 weeks, he'll be forgotten. Just give the job to another fellow from the mountain. And the mountain people are not interested in people. They are interested in positions. He is only popular because of the position that he has. And he was persuaded. So they got rid of me. But, you know...
well, somebody's...
so what has happened today?
Yes, somebody's saying the impeachment was unlawful, but we're not going to talk about that. So now that you have a party, we've seen hands exchanging. This is a history repeating itself in regards of handshake, handshake, handshake. We've seen it so many times with government. So now that you have your own party, for peace sake and unity sake in Kenya, right, for us to have one Kenya and one government, are you willing, if President Ruto was to call you today, are you willing to sit down and have a dialogue of handshake and peace for the country?
No, that handshake nonsense is responsible for the erosion of our democracy. Good democracy needs government and opposition.
Yes.
Because absolute power corrupts. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. The hole we are in as a country is because the president has gone rogue. He's become a dictator. And because there's nobody to ask him any question.
We don't have a strong...
Yeah, because there's no opposition.
Yeah.
The National Assembly we have today at the Moses Wetangula is worse than the National Assembly we had during the one-party era.
Yes.
And the single party at the Kanu. We had a very bad parliament. But this one at the Moses Wetangula is terrible. Wetangula, the Speaker of National Assembly, behaves like a youth wing of UDA. You can see me in Harambee talking about UDA and two-term. Yet he is supposed to be an arbiter, an umpire in the National Assembly. He's not supposed to have an opinion.
Yes.
He's supposed to wait for the legislators to come there, and then he can moderate a debate and allow the people to make a decision.
Yes.
But himself, he is propagating the same matters that come in parliament, in public rallies. So, by neutralizing ODM, by making sure that he got rid of his deputy who was level-headed and who loved his country and who was patriotic enough not to agree to things that are wrong, he has a few days to do whatever he wants. So asking me to have a handshake with William Ruto will just even make him worse. You see, right now we are checking him and he's not liking it. To tell you the truth, we are giving him better opposition than Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga was a good opposition leader, but to be truthful, he didn't have the energy we have. In terms of being agile, in terms of articulating issues, we have a more serious opposition than we had during the time of Raila Odinga, which is good for the country. So today, if I agree to have a handshake with William Ruto, I will just be giving him a blank check to continue with the excesses, abductions, extrajudicial killing, sale of public assets, theft of public funds, you know, destruction of institutional governance. You know, Parliament is no longer an independent institution. It has been captured. The Senate has been captured. The governors cannot speak. speak. Nobody can speak. So we are the only remaining voice. So we will be very unfair to the people of Kenya. I don't think the people of Kenya would ever forgive me. If today I went and shook hands with William Ruto in exchange either of money or positions or privilege.
Because it can never
maybe I can go and say, oh, we'll give you security, or we'll give you cars, or we'll give you some money, or we'll give you 3 ministers and all that nonsense. I'm not interested. We have a job to do. We have to keep him in check, so that this country can stand. And we have even a bigger duty, a more serious responsibility to work very hard to have change of government next year through constitutional means, as we don't want to remove William Ruto unconstitutionally. You know, I heard Mukomen saying that I'm inciting people by saying they need to deal with traitors. For the record, Mukomen must know anybody who betrays voters is a traitor.
By default.
A traitor is a traitor, and traitors must be called out. And I am on record saying all traitors must be punished, but on the ballot. I'm not telling anybody to beat them. I'm not telling anybody. I'm not telling anybody to beat them. I'm not telling anybody to do. No. I'm even saying, when we had a funeral in Olokalao, and William Ruto was there, and the people are very hostile to him. I said, no. Let this guy speak. We have a problem with him. But the Constitution has given us an opportunity next year to get rid of him. Let's wait for that opportunity. For now, he is president. Allow him to speak. Even these members of parliament who support him, they have betrayed the Kenyan people. They are traitors. We must deal with them. And that is why I use figurative language. I have heard some people trying to twist it. Kuua nyoka na mayai. That is figurative language. I'm a student of literature. And the power of find your inner anthem, write another stand. Means getting rid of William Ruto on the ballot.
On the ballot.
With the eggs. The eggs are all the people who support him. We cannot get rid of him and leave the fellows who support him around, because they have betrayed the Kenyan people, and they can betray the people of Kenya again.
But the ballots thing, to Kokadi, right? I feel like because we don't have a civil education in terms of voting right, who am I voting for? It's all about greed, it's all about money, it's all about what we are getting. Because if I'm hungry and somebody puts food on my table, I'll take it. But if there's civil education, yes, take the money. And I'm for Kenyans. Anybody who wants to take the money, take it. But when you're going to vote, you're by yourself. Nobody knows who you're voting for, so vote right. But if we have civil education, don't you think this will now help us to vote well and to also take that voting card?
My sister, the IBC is supposed to do a lot of civic education, and they are not doing it. The civil society used to be very vibrant in Kenya. That is no longer the case. But have comfort. These public rallies we do every week, it's civic education. We are educating the people of Kenya, and they are getting it. We had some nominations in a place called Olokalao, where there's by-elections. And the UDA party of William Ruto was having nominations on Friday. The DCP, my party, had nominations on Saturday. So UDA people were giving people money, including DC people, to go and vote for the aspirants for UDA. And the people of Olokalao said, no, we love money, yes. We need money, yes. We have a lot of problems we can do with some money. But this one we don't want, because we don't belong to UDA. We don't like UDA. We belong to DCP. The president had released 40 million Kenya shillings to mobilize 40,000 residents of Olokalao at a cost of 1,000 per person. So they were supposed to get 40,000 people turning up for their nomination. They got 3,000. And because they were using electronic gadgets, they escalated the figures to 8,000. But the ones who turned up are 3,000. Assuming they even turned up 8,000. Let's give them the benefit of doubt. 32,000 residents of Olokalao say, no, we don't want money. That is
That's huge.
Very huge victory for our democracy.
Yes.
It means people are very enlightened. And people, no matter how much they are struggling, can say, no, we are not going to sell our birthright.
Yes.
We are not going to sell our democratic right. So that 2,000 people being enticed with 1,000 shillings that they need because they have no food,
yes,
said no. Only 8,000 succumbed to that what do you call it, inducement, you know. So our democracy is coming of age, and I can tell you between now and next year in March, we shall be all over the country. And in these public rallies we do, they are part of the civic education, is telling people, you people cannot accept money, yeah, and elect dictators. You cannot take money and elect people who will destroy the health system. Then when you go to hospital, there are no drugs, and the money that you are given is not sufficient to buy you drugs for 5 years. You cannot take 2,000 shillings, elect the wrong people, then for 5 years your children cannot go to school. And I think Kenyans are getting it, because I've even seen in many places where they have been given money, after the president has left, they shout one time, which means they are just taking the money, but their heart is well protected. Their conscience is clear that even if they are taking money, that money will not corrupt them to do the wrong thing. They will still take the money and do the right thing. And I think I'm very encouraged by what is happening across the country, and more so what happened in Olkalau. And I'm sure during the by-election on July 16th, that will be more pronounced. There will be a lot of money, but people will do the right thing, I can assure you.
So my next, I'll ask, is loyalty in African politics, is it real, or is it just temporary alignment of interest?
Well,
because I've heard in different forums that this is what I was promised, this is what was promised of me, but it wasn't delivered. So is it all about the interest of what I was meant to get, or what I'm getting, or is it actually for the people?
Our politics have been very indecent, and we have had a lot of the politics of betrayal and deception, where you promise heaven to the electorate and deliver hell. And that is why there is a very big overturning of leaders. If our leaders are elected, like 70% of members of parliament usually don't come back, because when they were campaigning, they promised heaven, then they deliver hell. People have no loyalty to the voters. Voters are very loyal people. By the time voters vote for you, they really trust you. I can tell you, William Ruto was trusted by Kenyans. They believed him. The guy was very persuasive. He was hardworking, he was everywhere. Bottom-up economic transformation, signing economic charters with the people of Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta tried to say, this guy is not good for the country. Please don't elect him. He will mess this country. Nobody could listen, because he had promised heaven to the people of Kenya. And they believed it, they trusted, they were loyal to what he said. But he did not mean, or he was saying he did not intend to do it. And that is why you find the people who supported him most are the ones who have the biggest problem with him, because they were loyal. So they feel more betrayed than even those who did not elect him. In fact, you find those who did not elect him are not having a very big problem with him, because they don't feel deceived. They knew he's not good, so they are saying, we told you. So they are not very angry. But the people he deceived, the people he convinced that he means well, the people he convinced he will transform their lives, and then he has done the exact opposite of what he promised, they are very bitter, and they are looking for revenge on the ballot, of course, you know. So loyalty has been two-way. The voters have been very loyal to their leaders, but I'm afraid we, the leaders, have not been loyal to our supporters, and many of us have let our people down. And I'm trying to be different, and I am praying to God to give me wisdom, to give me a good conscience, discerning spirit, to be loyal to my supporters, because they have been very loyal to me. When I was removed from office, they follow me. I go to public meetings, I don't spend a cent. They come in thousands. They trust me. They were told this guy will lead you nowhere. He is impeached. He cannot be even a village elder. Don't follow him. But they still follow me. They believe in me. I am praying to God to give me the discerning spirit, to have the moral courage, to do the right thing and not betray my supporters who are in millions. I must deliver to them. I must live true to what I have promised them, because they have believed in me when I have nothing. I don't give them money. I don't give them anything. They just believe in me. I have a responsibility, and a very big one, to honor that promise, to be able to show loyalty to my supporters the way they have been loyal to me.
So would you say, I hear what you're saying, and I really like that, but, you know, we have to see it working.
Yeah.
So, because you're putting God in this mix and saying God to give you the wisdom, the knowledge, the discerning spirit, if you take office and within the 5 years or the 4 years that you're in office, you don't implement everything you've promised us.
Yes.
Just like now people are fighting Ruto,
yes,
that he has not given us what
yes,
he promised.
Yes.
Would you be willing, the way we see it in the Western world, they always just step down. We don't have people fighting. They say, we don't want this prime minister. There's no fighting. I just come out. There's no people killing people, come out. So would you be willing to tell Kenyans that if I took power and I don't deliver what I've promised to deliver, I'll step down without fighting?
I'm a good student of history. I studied history in A-level, and I had a B in the A-level exam. When you look at the history of the French Revolution of 1789, you see what is happening today. You cannot betray the people. They'll get rid of you. What has happened to William Ruto before my own eyes? I have seen a very popular president, a guy people believed in, make so many promises. He has not delivered. And in the second year, the people are begging for his blood. Today, William Ruto cannot hold a serious meeting without paying people to attend. Even in his own backyard, the Kalenjin land, we had a by-election in a place called Emurua Dikir. He had to pay the Kalenjin voters to vote for a UDA candidate. His home base, people who really believed in 100%, today he has to pay them. I would be a very bad student of history to go to that path. If I cheat the people of Kenya, the second year, the third year, they'll be paying for my blood. I am already aware. So why would I want to go into that direction?
So you will leave?
I will. How
will you step down?
I will deliver to the people. I will not leave because I will deliver. I will do what I have promised.
But
because I don't have a choice.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just for argument's sake, you
I'm
don't
saying,
deliver.
If it
you
comes to
step
that,
down.
if it comes to that, and it cannot come to that because I've told you I'm a good student of history.
Yes, but just if.
There is no way you can do the same thing and expect different results. If you cheat the people of Kenya, you deceive them, you'll work for them, and you don't work for them, they'll get rid of you.
Yes.
So why would I fall into that trap? I can see I have been with William Ruto. We were elected together. We were very popular.
Yeah.
Along the way, we started losing popularity. I started advising because I didn't want to suffer the same fate as him. I told him, boss, we are losing it. Kenyans are saying we are cheating them.
Yes.
We are launching development projects that they are not budgeted
Yes.
for.
Yes.
When we leave, the tractors, the graders, they follow us to Nairobi. And people have started now speaking behind our backs and they are saying we are liars. I told him, I was very, I don't know where I would get such a deputy. A deputy who was telling you, boss, we are getting it wrong. Kenyans are saying this, please, let's change. He would hear none of it. So if I saw that happen to him,
why would you repeat it?
why would I repeat it? I would be a fool. And I don't think I'm foolish.
Yes.
I'm not very intelligent, neither am I foolish. I'm just somewhere there in the middle. I know something, a few things. I cannot repeat that mistake. I intend to honor my promises to the people of Kenya to the extent possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that you've actually mentioned France somewhere, so now I also recently we witnessed the president of France who visited Kenya, and we were made to believe that he came for a focus of peace, security, and economic partnership. But yet, most Kenyans are crying and saying this was just selling Kenya to the highest bidder. What do you think about that visit?
Kenyans are very intelligent people.
They are.
Kenyans were colonized by the British.
Yes.
The West Africa was colonized by the French. And the French were not just colonizing people like Kenya. Theirs was called assimilation. They would even change your culture and language. They would assimilate. Most West African countries speak French, and they go to homage to Paris. The West African countries know France and President Macron more than we do. They have all abandoned him. They want nothing to do with him. He is isolated. France is isolated by the former colonies. They know France more than we do. They are saying, no, these are exploiters. These are corrupt people. They don't mean well for Africa. Go away, we don't need you. Then, to salvage himself from isolation, he has come to East Africa, and specifically Kenya.
And we're not listening.
It's only William Ruto who thinks he is anything. Kenyans know he is not. Let's start by the Rironi Mau Summit Road. During the reign of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the French companies entered an agreement, a contract with the Kenyan government to expand Rironi to Mau Summit to 8 lanes at a cost of 151 billion Kenya shillings. Okay, and when President William Ruto came to power, he didn't want to honor that, and he discussed with President Macron, and they discussed on how to get some money out of the whole thing, cancel the contract, and pay the French companies 7.1 billion shillings without doing anything, by simply cancel the contract and split the money halfway. 3.5 billion for President William Ruto, 3.5 billion for President Macron. We know those things. Then,
how do you know this?
We know
is it because you're in the government?
I've been around. I was deputy president. I have people in government, and I was also a civil servant for a long time. In fact, Kenyans are shocked. Anything I say is true.
You know a lot.
I know, because I am government. I joined government at the age of 22 when I left university. I grew through the system. In every ministry, I know more than half the population at a personal level. 3 names, so and so. So I am a walking information box. I have information at my fingertips. Anything, I am ahead of William Ruto. In fact, I am briefed better than he is briefed, because most times he doesn't know what's going on. Many times he hears things from me. So they decided to go to China and expand the contract, reduce the scope of the road from 8 lanes to 6 lanes, and add the amount to 200 billion. So they are stealing 50 billion with the Chinese, 7 billion with the French, 50 billion with the Chinese. There is a company called CRBC. It is actually the Chinese company that is doing corruption in Kenya. All the big projects